Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay. Oh my god. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I cannot believe we have won this Premier League game at Old Trafford against Brentford. That sentence should never be said. I cannot believe we've just won a home game against Brentford. That should never be said as a Manchester United fan, but I'm saying it. And I will celebrate this like we've just won the fucking Champions League. Oh my god. Boyhood fan. The man who probably should have been booted out of the club on the summer. Erik ten Hag didn't want him. Nobody really wanted him around. He wanted to stay at United. He's been hated by most of this fan base for the good part of 4 years. He's a boyhood fan. He's been at the club for 15 years. Scott McTominay subbed on in the 87th minute. A cracking sub by Ten Hag. Amrabat was struggling to get a hold of the game. He was out of legs, and McTominay's got that natural goal-scoring instinct. And he goes and puts away a 93rd minute and a 97th minute winner. 2 injury time goals. Scott McTominay, take a bow. Simply unbelievable. Simply unbelievable. I can't believe what I just witnessed. Let's get into these player ratings. Andre Onana, 3. It's going to be like that every game this season, isn't it? Awful. Another awful mistake for the goal. It's gone straight through his hands. And I'm not sure who... I think it was Peter Schmeichel was the pundit in Australia's broadcast for half-time. But he made a fantastic point on every single Onana goal this season. He jumps and Peter Schmeichel, he's our greatest ever keeper. Peter Schmeichel, he's analysed Onana. He never actually dives. He always jumps in the air and then tries to get his hand down. He never just dives across horizontally. And for some reason, it always just goes through him and takes a deflection off a body part, which makes the goals look a whole lot worse. Awful by Onana again. Yeah, he can pass the ball, but we were hoofing along for most of the game. Dalot gets a 6. He was very, very solid, to be honest. He was creating all that we could possibly create down the right-hand side. But there was just no target in the box for him. Hoyland kept drifting out wide, and he just had no target to give it to, Dalot. So yeah, it's got to be a 6. Because there was just no one for him to give it to. But he actually was creating stuff down the right. Maguire, 6.5, got the winning assist. Had a little bit of a Rolls-Royce performance down back. He played really, really well. Johnny Evans also gets a 6. I thought Maguire and Evans both played equally well. Maguire got the game-winning assist. There was a little video pre-game of McTominay and Maguire talking, and United put it out. And the responses were so funny. There were obviously 2 players that were meant to go to West Ham or a different club in the summer that really should have been forced out the door, that really aren't cut up to scratch for United. And they've only gone and combined for the winning goal at Old Trafford. And Maguire played really well defensively. He actually stepped into a few contests as well. He was playing really well on that high line that we were playing at times. Johnny Evans, he was also good. Just very clean down back. He was actually outpacing a lot of the Brentford attackers. Looked really, really good, Johnny Evans. And they're reasonable backups. They shouldn't be at the club, but they're reasonable backups. Victor Lindelof at left back. I'm giving him a 5.5, but it's a harsh one because come on, I don't know. And I'm giving him a 5.5 because his performance was a 5.5. But it's so hard. He wasn't in the game at all. He provided no overlap, but he's not a left footer. He's not a left back. He plays centre back for United. He sometimes plays right back for Sweden. Never ever does he play left back. We were throwing him into the deep end. Unfortunate for Victor Lindelof. Casemiro, 3, awful. His mistake led to the goal. He was out of legs. He looked heavy. He couldn't make a pass. His touches were awful. God. If you take a look at the community tab, he's just been overtaken today with the new votes on the UCATT FC United Player of the Year. Go and check that out after each and every game. The UCATT FC United Player of the Year votes will be in. Diogo Dalot has just taken the lead with Casemiro sitting in second, and he was not good today. Casemiro, he gets a 3. Amrabat, 6, did his job for most of the game, just ran out of legs in the end, and it was the right substitution to make for McTominay with that goal-scoring knack. Mason Mount, probably a 5. He didn't create anything, to be honest, and that's what he's in the team to do. He was playing in the number 10 role, and he couldn't create anything, and that's what we needed him to do. We weren't getting out to the right areas. We were just shooting it from the top of the box or trying to play it centrally, where Brentford were very, very well structured and set up. 5. Bruno 5, but it's not his fault. Like, why is he on the right wing? Mason Mount is actually a right winger. Like, he plays number 10 mostly, but he is a right winger. He can't, like, he plays right wing consistently for Chelsea and England. Why can we not just play Mount on the wing and Bruno in the middle where Bruno's natural position is? Because Bruno is not a right winger. He is shit there, and it's not his fault. He's just not a right winger. Rashford, 3. I mean, probably a 4 because he wasn't as bad as Casemiro and Onana, but he's just... Garnacho should be starting. As soon as Garnacho came on, he just created every single chance we had. Rasmus, probably a 5. I mean, he did okay in hold up. And I think he probably could have done better to be a bit more of a target man as number 9, where Delo was whipping in the Largo crosses. Ericsson, 5, did nothing when he came on. Anthony, 6, he was alright. 5.5, because he doesn't have a right foot, and we needed him to whip a few balls around in times on the counter. He just broke down because he couldn't use his right foot. Garnacho, 6.5, creativity on a different level, he should be starting. Martial, 6, he didn't do anything. McTominay, it's going to be a 10. It's going to be a 10. Oh, I'll give him a 9, that's a bit silly. A 10 out of 10 performance is hard. Scott McTominay, 9 out of 10, so easily man of the match. You'll never ever see anything like this again. Scott McTominay, 9 out of 10 man of the match. Oh my god. You know what happened. You know the rest. What on fucking earth? For his boyhood club. What a moment for that Scottish man. Eric Ten Hag. He gets a 7. And look, people are going to put him low. And I'm going to go low to a 6.5. His team selection was good because we got Amrabat into the midfield, and we played Lindelof and Delo out wide. I personally think, I think it was probably the right decision playing Lindelof at left back and Delo at right back, because you can tell Delo's knack at right back, and we created a lot down that side. Rashford showed glimpses against Galatasaray, so I can understand why he started him, but Garnacho should be starting against Sheffield United. Ericsson coming on, I agree, Casemiro was shit, and Ten Hag recognised that Ericsson needed to bring the creativity. Should have played Mount on the wing instead of Bruno. The McTominay sub was perfect because he can score goals. The Anthony and Garnacho subs were perfect. The Rashford coming off was at the perfect time. All the subs were perfect. There was a bit of identity there today when we were controlling the ball and knocking the ball centrally and trying to get to those wide areas to put it into the box. It's just Højlund was inexperienced in getting into those positions where we needed Delo to whip those balls. Not a bad performance from Ten Hag today. Better. If it's not McTominay, it'll be 99% McTominay, surely. 91% Scott McTominay, man of the match. Absolute gun. Our Scottish hero. And we will never speak of him in this positive vein ever again unless he just turns into fucking Ole Gunnar McTominay. Alright. Scott Solskjaer. I'll see you all next time. What a win. It's 2-1 against Brentford at home, but any rival team would be celebrating that. What a fucking win from the Reds. 2-week international break. Australia play England at Wembley. Make sure you join me for that watch along at 3 a.m. in the morning over here in Australia. But it's England at Wembley. You'll never get to see this again. Yeah, join me for that. International break. Refresh, recharge, get some players back from injury, and hopefully come back for a good run into December. I'll see you all next time. Up you motherfucking Reds. Scott McTominay. What a gun.